insight, Jen, is that you got a Precious Moments Bible at age 8. And that's how you came to Jesus, right? Is through the pages of your little Precious Moments Bible. And then you started a little Bible club on your playground. I love that. What do you remember about that?
Yes, I remember that everyone came because I made them. And it was the most fun. There was revival breaking out because
Oh,
I they wanted to play, so they would get saved, so they can go swing. No,
oh my
no, I just
goodness.
remember falling in love with the word from a young age and being like, I want to teach this. This is so exciting, and
Mhm.
I would gather my little friends and. We would have a little Bible songs and tell the stories. And even at 8 years old, I knew that I had in me this calling to teach about this word
Mhm.
that was so exciting to me and such
Mhm.
a story of love and adventure. And I just couldn't
Mhm.
wait, even at 8, to tell people all about it. So,
Right. Well, and I mean, the best thing about it is that it's true, right? It is
mhm.
a true story. I mean, we can read other adventure stories but nothing is quite as packed with this adventure as this true story, the Bible. And I love that you love it as much as I do. So we're going to talk about a story in the Bible where there was not enough food. And I just want to give you a chance to tell a story. I think you have a story about some kids in Haiti and not having enough food. Would you tell us that story, Jen?
Yes, I will. And I picked this particular story in the Bible because, well, first of all, I know we all can relate. When you're hungry, at least for me, when I get hungry, I'm like, oh, I'll do whatever to find food, get food,
Yeah.
feed that physical need. And
Hmm.
so in this story of the Bible, we find a need for food. And I have grown up hearing this story from the pages of the Precious Moments Bible till now, but a few years ago, I got to experience what I believe was my getting to see a small piece of this type of miracle that Jesus can do. And we were in Haiti, and in this particular village in Haiti, they looked forward to us coming every year. We would do VBS. There would be hundreds of kids come, like 500, 600 kids, and just
Wow.
crowd upon the church. And we had like 5 volunteers. So I mean, talk about a
Oh,
little, we could be overtaken, but the kids were
yeah.
so full of joy and excitement. They looked all year towards this moment, and one of the reasons was we provided rice and beans for them to
Mm.
eat a meal there. And many and many of them had not had full meals in ever. There was such hunger, such lack, such physical desperation and need. So my job was the one, they had these big vats of rice and beans cooked by the beautiful church ladies there. And my job was they would play music and they go row by row. And I was to dip out a certain amount. The spoon was hot. I remember the steam was coming up. I can still smell it and picture
Mm.
it. But what I really picture was those hungry, desperate faces as we would fill plates, pass them out. And we had the situation where way more kids came than we knew would come, and we were coming down to the bottom of the pot, and I
Mm.
could not imagine sending those kids home without food. So
Ah.
I remember my friend and I laid our hands over that pot of beans and rice, which barely had anything left in it, and we still had a couple hundred kids to go. And we just prayed, God, you are the God who
Mm.
multiplied the food to feed 5,000. You can do this today. And we just kept dipping, and more rice and beans kept, that pot did not go empty. And then what's really cool is we had a special needs camp for adults that had special physical and emotional and mental handicaps. And they were coming later that afternoon and expecting food. And we were able to give them leftover baskets to go, just like in the story where when God took little,
Oh my
he can do
goodness.
much. So, yes, I got to see it before my very eyes. God
That
multiplied what we had.
that is amazing.